We are all born to be great and designed to be safe. But before I start, I would like to thank you all for being here. Your presence means so much to me. So please give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you. My name is Geeta Nair. I'm certified Intuitive Coach based in the UK. So what does it mean by born to be great but designed to be safe? To survive and fit in the world, we've taken on a smaller version of ourselves because it's safe to stay small. Here's a story of baby elephant tied to a rope. Many times it tried to escape, but it failed. And it believes that it cannot escape. When it grows up, strong enough to break the rope easily, but never tries again. Just like that elephant, only thing is holding us back is our own limiting beliefs, other people's expectations, and our past experiences that convinced us that we are not whole. And we carry these stories with us the rest of our lives. Here's my story. But before I go into my story, just a reminder, we walk around in this little bubble. We get caught up into our stories. And when those stories take shape of its own, that's when life gets difficult. So here's my story. When I was 5 years old little girl, I was trying to find my voice. My dad and my granddad were both doctors back in India. They tried their best, but nothing worked. By this time, my mum was extremely worried that I am over 5 years old and I haven't even said my first word yet. So she tried various therapies and she prayed a lot. I had a big problem on focusing and concentrating. The teacher has to repeat things multiple times for me to understand. I remember my dad's friend. He tried to teach me to read, but I was drifting off because I couldn't focus or concentrate. I still remember I have an image of a teacher pointing at me, telling other people that is a little girl who can't even speak yet. And that stayed with me. If you have children around you, you should be extra careful how you use your words, because it's what you say can become how child think about themselves. For me, it turned into my inner voice and my unconscious stories that I cannot speak. At age 8, I moved to United Kingdom, UK with family. I had a highly dysfunctional relationship with myself, where I was searching to feel better, feel appreciated and belonging. And I was searching for all these things outside of myself. I faced a lot of learning difficulties and challenges all through my life. And I felt sorry for myself. Around 2017, there was a tragic. 2 individuals took their lives, one in UK and one in India. No connection with each other. These 2 young lads took their lives in my community, and that came shock to me. It made me think about what life is about, what our existence is about, and why are we here. And that's when my journey started. It led me to a life-changing event in London. For the following 5 years, I have attended intensive training for personal development, where I have learned various tools and techniques, how to turn your negative emotion into creativity, motivation, inspiration, love, and genius. In short, how to turn your negative emotion into desirable outcome. You all must have heard of Napoleon Hill. Yes, you all must have heard of Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, who studied hundreds of most successful people in his time, said the biggest failure of people is their inability to turn negative emotion into desirable outcome. By using these tools and techniques, I have created a strategy of 4 seeds of greatness. Because we all hold gifts, and it's our birthright to use these gifts. And we all have the key, but we haven't been taught how to use it. And we have forgotten how to use it. Imagine you moved into a new place. Inside your house is all messy. You're holding your car key. Accidentally you drop your car key. Same time the light goes off. Power cut. You're struggling to find your keys. You see street light coming from the window. And you have an idea. Let's go outside and look for the key. So you go outside. And then next door neighbor, talking to a few people, sees you come over. What are you looking for? And you said, I lost my key. So they all started helping you. After a little while, one of them said, where exactly have you lost your keys? And you said, inside the house. I know it's funny, but isn't this what we all do? We have these gifts and we have the key, but we're searching for answers outside of ourselves. And this is why I have created strategy of 4 seeds of greatness. Because we all have seeds of greatness inside us. And most people's seed is buried so deep like mine was. They don't know how to turn that seed into something useful to blossom who you're supposed to be. So who are you and who are you supposed to be? Our true self is true creative spirits. We are here to try and create the life we love. Just like the flower blossoming, growing, and the sun is supporting the flower to grow. Just like that, we are here to grow, blossom, and the universe supports us. So once you master this strategy of 4, you will be growing and blossoming, and the universe will support you. But first thing, you need to be aware of your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is like a river flowing all the time. If you don't direct it to somewhere, you will flow in a path of least resistance. Anyone here who has bad habits? We all have bad habits that annoys us and everyone around us, consciously or unconsciously. My dear dad, who loved life, and he went around telling everybody he has a big, beautiful family. Then he used to say, "Oh, but there's no one there for me." And he used to say this often. He was ill for a very long time in UK. When he started getting better, doctor gave him permission to travel. He couldn't wait to pack his bag, and off he went to India. He was so happy. All of a sudden, he became extremely ill, and when he passed away, there was no one there for him. And the people who were there looking after him, they got stuck in traffic, so they couldn't even make it. So what has he created from his unconscious bad habits that cost him his life? Isn't this what happens to all of us? It can't be explained or understood. And this is why Carl Jung says, until you make your unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it a fate. We all have bad habits, especially when we want to achieve something, learn something. Our inner voice holds us back saying, "You're not good enough. You can't do this. She or he better than you." Are we comparing ourselves with others? And the chatter just goes on and on. And when we say, shut up, does it work? It gets even louder and louder and louder. It's like an uninvited friend pops in whenever it feels like it. If you are having negative thoughts, it's probably because you haven't programmed your subconscious mind. Instead, it's working against you. It's not your fault by default. There is a conflict going on between your conscious mind and unconscious mind. And it tells you what to do. And we take action towards that. And this affects our life significantly. Please remember, it's not your fault. When you were a kid, the time you were a baby, the belief, the limitation, the pressure put on you, you must learn to release them and reprogram your subconscious mind the way you need to. Then there is ego. Understanding we all have ego that keeps us small and sabotages us. Just a reminder, who remembers the name of the talk today? The name of the talk today is "We are all born to be great, but designed to be safe." So our ego's job is to keep you safe. Ego is formed from 0 to 7. Ego is formed from 0 to 7. Individual development. depending on your circumstances, environments, and people. As a result of these conditions, we believe strategy to survive. It programs us to survive. For example, when I was 4 years old, my parents left me with my grandparents. My grandparents loved me and looked after me better than my parents did. But I believe strategy to survive. Why would my parents take my siblings with them and leave me with my grandparents on my own? So I believe strategy to survive, that I am not important and I don't belong with them. So when I grow up and I want to do something that's true for me, my unconscious ego pulls me back, saying, don't go there. You are not important. You don't belong there. So as a result of conditions, we believe strategy to survive. It programs us to survive. However, when we grow up, when we want to achieve something, we don't know why we're feeling sad, angry, upset, drained. Until you understand your ego pattern is going to run your life. See, we don't like taking responsibility. Imagine you go to a doctor and you explain all your symptoms to your doctor, saying, I got stressed and I got cancer and I got diabetic and I got this, I got that because of my family, because of my husband and wife, or because of my son or my brother or sister or daughter or my neighbor. So can you please give medication to them because if something's wrong with them, I got this and I'm suffering because of them. We love blaming and shaming other people, but we don't like taking responsibility and working on ourselves to realize who we really are, that powerful we are. But our ego keeps us small and safe. It's better to blame other people. See, we can't control what other people say or do, but we can choose where we want to be. And until you understand your ego pattern, it's going to keep you small. Once you understand your ego pattern, you're going to be a few steps ahead. So next time your ego pattern comes up, you know which direction to take, and it's very important to do this. Then there's energy. Understanding energy is frequency. If you are holding on to certain kind of frequency, universe will present you those life experiences. For example, my client, her ex-husband didn't get on with his mom. He didn't like her energy. He avoided communicating with her. He just hated her. So when he got married, his wife, my client, has the same frequency as his mom. Then with difficulties, they got divorced. Then he met someone new that he loved. Guess what? She has exactly same frequency as his mom, as his ex-wife. Isn't this what happens to all of us? We attract relationship just like our parents or people around us. The very thing we're trying to avoid, that's the thing we're facing all our lives. We must learn to release it and take on to higher vibration what is true for you. And this is where you use your tools to neutralize your egoic energy into what you love, what is true for you. And when you take on to higher vibration, that's when universe supports you, brings you people, events, opportunity into your lives, and it's a beautiful way of how process works. Then finally is direction. But before I go into direction, I would like to ask you all, what kind of man gets jailed for life, but he not only comes out of the jail, but he becomes president of the same country? Is this even possible? Who thinks it's true? Raise your hand up. Or do you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Nelson Mandela. Tony Robbins once interviewed Nelson Mandela and he said, "Mr. Mandela, how did you survive 27 years in jail?" And Mr. Mandela replied, "I did not survive, I prepared." So this is what he worked on in his time without any distraction. So you have your mind, body and spirit to work on. Use these tools, doesn't matter where you are in your life, and give direction to what you love. Directing all your energy into something you love. Laser focus. See, most people, they lack direction. They're kind of hoping. So we all know people in our lives that when there's something wrong in their life, when they're facing hard time, they keep running to fortune tellers. I got nothing against fortune telling. They go to fortune teller or they start reading their stars, horoscopes, because we all love looking outside of ourselves, but we don't want to take responsibility to look within us where the answers are. So you have to have laser focus, directing all your energy into something you love. Think of best athlete. He doesn't wake up in the morning and hope he's going to win gold medal. He wakes up in the morning, he has a plan, he has a strategy, he takes responsibility, he takes actions. See, I could use these tools and techniques and be selfish and just use it on myself. But when there are thousands of people out there who don't believe in themselves, who don't trust themselves, who don't love themselves, if you want to do something about this and step into your greatness, come and spend some time with me. And I promise you, it's the best investment you could give it to yourself. Even if you don't do any work with me, do it with someone, because this is the best gift you could give it to yourself. Because it's our birthright to use these gifts, and we have the keys. So I want to thank you all for being here. and for your support. So thank you all so much. Thank you.